Next on Worcester News Tonight, severe weather moving through Worcester. We'll have a look at the conditions outside. Plus, a Peabody man faces a judge in Worcester today after leading police on a high-speed chase that ended in a crash. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Catherine Andrioli. Strong storms bringing heavy rains and wind gusts with them to Worcester tonight after a muggy day in the Worcester area. These are the conditions in Worcester a little earlier this evening. Heavy rain and wind gusts moving through the area with these storms. A severe weather alert was issued for the area this evening. The National Weather Service is reporting 1 inch of hail falling in different areas of western Massachusetts. We'll get a look at tonight's storms as well as the rest of the forecast coming up in the show. State police arrested a 61-year-old truck driver Wednesday after he allegedly threatened to shoot officers. Ronald Mockelman was arrested outside an Andover market basket this morning after a distribution center earlier this morning. Mockelman, who is from Nebraska, was wanted in Worcester County after making threats to shoot officers. That was during a call to the Uxbridge District Court. He was arraigned in Uxbridge District Court today and is being held on $25,000 cash bail. And a Peabody man is arraigned on multiple charges today. Prosecutors say he led police on a high-speed chase. It started in Auburn, where police tried to arrest him on drug and weapons charges, but officers say he fought back. Our Olivia Lemon was in court today and has the story.
Marquise Mitchell shakes his head at his arraignment Wednesday as a slew of charges are read in regards to a high-speed chase he led police on. Prosecutors say the 33-year-old Peabody man fled from Auburn police after a taser was used on him twice.
Police attempted to place the defendant under arrest. At some point, he was able to pull away from 3 different officers that tried to get into the car. Believing that the defendant was reaching for a weapon, police deployed a taser. Had no effect on him.
Auburn police say they saw Mitchell in the parking lot of Outback Steakhouse with another man and appeared to be exchanging something. According to court documents, when police approached Mitchell, he began sweating and his answers to basic questions were confusing. Police patted down the defendant and found about 3 grams of cocaine on him.
At that point, they began to search the vehicle. Once inside the vehicle, they located a magazine belonging to a firearm in the vehicle.
Police say this is when they tried to arrest Mitchell, but he resisted and got into his car and drove off. Prosecutors say the chase went from Route 12 in Auburn to 495 in Marlboro, reaching speeds of 100 miles per hour. State police joined the chase near the Mass Pike. Eventually, Mitchell ran off the road, crashing his vehicle.
The state police trooper told the Auburn officer that when he was after the crash, the defendant got out of the car, was holding a firearm, and threw it at the trooper.
Mitchell's lawyer says he was having an innocent exchange with a friend, but became scared as the incident with police unfolded.
I think that the police officers frightened him more than the other way around, Judge.
His lawyer says this is not a typical behavior for Mitchell, and he's never been involved with something like this before.
He essentially has never had a conviction, does not have history with the court, Judge. And does not have any history of violence or any issues with the police, Judge.
Olivia Lemon, Worcester News Tonight.
Big news for area baseball fans tonight. The Futures Collegiate Baseball League announcing today plans to bring the college national teams from the United States and Japan to play right here in Worcester. The 41st USA vs. Japan All-Star Series will begin in Worcester on July 11th. The teams will play in Worcester, Brockton, and Nashua, New Hampshire from over the course of a week. The U.S. national team will play the Futures Collegiate Prospect team in an exhibition game at Fitton Field before taking on Japan.
I'm going to say it's going to be one of the greatest baseball experiences a fan can encounter. The guys on the USA team are going to litter the big leagues in future years. They may even play in the next Olympic Games. The players from Japan will be household names in their professional league. So this is really a precursor to some of our world's greatest players.
These are the best players in the world that are coming here to Worcester, staying at Worcester State University. These kids eventually are going to be the ones you see at Fenway Park and at Yankee Stadium. Almost every Major League team in Major League Baseball has a handful of kids or players that have come through this U.S. national team.
And Worcester State University is an official sponsor of the New England Tour. They will serve as the headquarters for both teams during their visit. Governor Charlie Baker calling for reforms to the state's unemployment insurance system. The legislation seeks to clarify the state's law by declaring recent prison inmates are not eligible to collect unemployment benefits after completing the work release program. The Worcester House of Correction says the program allows low-risk inmates to work in the community. They say it's a program to help inmates get back on their feet and integrate them into society through employment.
We tell everyone going into this that that's not a benefit that they're going to collect anyways as part of this program. We try to emphasize this is a rehabilitation program, so these inmates are incarcerated, and this by having a job to be able to go to outside of the facility helps them with the rehabilitation. It gives them some skills that they can use to hopefully find a job upon release from incarceration.
The legislation would also allow spouses of military personnel to collect unemployment benefits if their spouse's new assignment has forced them to leave their job. In a statement, Governor Baker says the proposals will ensure equity for those who are out of work and employers that pay into the system. Lawmakers filing an amendment for the state's fiscal budget. It would provide funding for a manufacturing pilot in Blackstone Valley. Senator Michael Moore and Ryan Fatman announced they filed the amendment. It would add $35,000 into the state's budget for a program connecting Blackstone Valley high schools and local manufacturing companies. The partnership aims to give students workplace experience and build connections. St. Gobain is one of the companies participating. The state's final budget will head to a conference committee in the next several weeks. A highly talked about topic at Tuesday night City Council meeting was a possible plastic bag ban, but councilors are far from the unanimous idea. City Councilor at large Constantina Lukes proposed the ban. She says the city produces too much waste and it's time to do something about it.
Whenever it came up in the past, there was always a concern that the state was going to do some legislation dealing with in a statewide manner. It hasn't happened. So we need some updated research. I really think that Public Works has to do more than just collection. We really have to look at zero waste.
Other city councilors like Mo Bergman like the idea, but say it'll be too much of an inconvenience on local businesses in the city.
A little bit hypocritical that here we are using plastic bags ourselves and we're telling store owners they can't use plastic bags. And maybe the best thing that we can do is, find alternative ways for us to collect our garbage, but we're telling store owners they can't do something we're doing.
Around 50 Massachusetts communities have signed plastic bag bans into effect. The only two in central Massachusetts are Shrewsbury and Grafton. Hundreds of students laced up their shoes and took the track Wednesday for the 40th annual Mini Olympics. Organizers say these games are a great way to bring the community together as well as promote health and fitness. Our Rosalind Flaherty has the story.
Students cheer on their classmates as they race down the track at Foley Stadium.
It's the biggest deal of the year. It's like Christmas in June.
Wednesday was the Worcester Public Schools' 40th annual Mini Olympics. 35 schools competed in track and field events.
I'm actually doing this. It was super crazy. I was like, I'm not gonna look back. I'm just gonna keep going, and I tried my hardest.
Physical education teacher Megan McDonald says the Olympics allow the Worcester community to come together as well as teach good sportsmanship.
To have competition, to have pride in yourself, to do the best you can, to compare your own efforts to yourself rather than to the person next to you.
12 students were chosen from each school who are good athletes and well-rounded students. Kelsey Rushlow competed in the games 8 years ago. She is now a student at UMass Boston studying exercise and health sciences and is on the track team. She says these games helped spark her interest.
I wouldn't have known anything about track and field. I wouldn't have known that I was good at it until I was actually here.
Sponsor Worcester Fitness says it's important to teach wellness habits at a young age.
Not be on their phones or computers or playing video games, but out, moving. Realizing that sports doesn't have to be basketball, football, baseball, soccer. It can be out playing with your friends, riding a bike.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
The Holy Cross baseball team earned a spot in the NCAA Tournament. Today, the team began their journey to play the #1 team in the nation. Our Cam Jandro was there for the Crusaders send-off and has the story.
After winning their first ever Patriot League championship, the Holy Cross baseball team is officially on the road to Omaha. It's the Crusaders' 12th NCAA appearance and the program's first since 1978, an accomplishment the players say they've worked hard for.
It's a lot of work, a lot of early mornings, late nights, lifts, everything in between. So just to see everyone's hard work really paying off, in the end, you know, coming out on top in the Patriot League and being able to have this opportunity to fly out to Oregon is really just an awesome experience for us.
Holy Cross finished the year with 23 wins and defeated Bucknell in the Patriot League Finals. Friday night, the Satyrs faced the nation's top team, the Oregon State Beavers. Senior pitcher Ben White says playing against the best program in the country is a challenge they look forward to.
And just being able to go out and play the #1 team in the country is just, it's an honor, honestly. They have a very respectable record, but we're going to go out there and do our best, compete, play with tenacity, and hopefully we give them their 5th loss of the year.
Barlock and White both grew up in Central Mass, playing baseball at St. John's High School in Shrewsbury. Reaching the tournament in front of family and friends is an experience they say they're grateful for.
I just have always wanted to play for Holy Cross, and being able to, you know, win a Patriot League championship and go beyond and hopefully win a regional and make some noise beyond that has always been a dream.
It's a lot of fun playing with a lot of local kids. Just getting this opportunity is a blessing, and we're really excited.
Now, Yale and Nebraska are the other 2 teams in the same region as Holy Cross. The format is double elimination, so Holy Cross will be playing at least 2 games in the tournament this year. First pitch for the Crusaders is set for Friday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Cam Jandro,